Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable Mr. Mahfud Junaidi, as a lecturer of Islamic Educational Philosophy, and don't forget to all my beloved friends. As a generation of Muslims, let's be grateful to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who is in power on the day of judgment. He is the one who has blessed us so that we are able to complete this task without any obstacle. Only Him we worship and ask for help. Salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has saved his community and society from the darkness to the lightness, from immoral to moral society. Ladies and gentlemen, considering the education for children the same as preparing for future generations. Heart of child is like a photographic plate that does not display anything, ready to reflect on all that revealed to him. Natural heritage which brought every soul on earth. Almost all men a bad attitude shown what is obtained after they were born to earth. This suggests that is natural goodness, while evil is not natural. Thinking broadly about life related to children is not easy, but we must remember that adults often underestimate the capacity of the mind of a child, which in effect often more willing to understand and better able to understand something than an adult. While you cannot start the education of children with profound subject, you can always save a great design that you see and want to achieve before you. Ladies and gentlemen, there is the biggest mistake of modern education with on the cutting edge methods to train children is to have loss of most important thing, namely a lesson about the nature of selflessness. One might think that someone who is selfish will not be able to safeguard the interests of his own, but in reality don't seem so. People who are selfish disappoint others and ultimately hurt himself. Man is free, dependent on each other, and happiness of each person depends on the happiness of all. This is a lesson to be learned, known as people first and last lesson. Humans are the result of all of creation. The source of real beauty, called is the creation of beauty. Therefore, it is clear that the purpose of life is to evolve toward beauty. Nature, in all its aspects, are diverse, involving toward beauty. Therefore, it is clear that the purpose of life is to evolve toward beauty. In educating children, the first consideration must be that the seed sown in the heart of their beauty. When the plants grow, she should be treated with patience. Fertility of the plant was the pride of those who planted it, shown that the child's development is the responsibility of parents. Parents should learn to be an example for their children. There is no theory that can bring in effect if not accompanied by the practice. Naturally, if the parents wish their children differently and better than them. The first lesson a child needs is to align thought, word, and actions. Everything in this life, physical and mental, inside and react with each other. Therefore, little knowledge about the tone and rhythm is important in the early education of children. The child must be taught of the elements of music and the beat patterns which will connect with friends, with people who have not he know his parents while playing or in the same table in a variety of conditions. He should be able to feel different pitch patterns. Children must be taught how to make the choice of words when speaking to different people, to strangers, to his friends, the maid at home, make the sound louder or softer to do with understanding. A child must be taught to speak and act in accordance with the condition prevailing at the time. Loving at the time to love, serious when seriousness is needed. In everything he does, he should consider and think about the conditions. The attention to education for children should be considered from 5 different perspectives: the physical, mental, moral, social, and spiritual. If one side does not grow and the other side, children will naturally point out some deficiencies in its development. Thus, the government is definitely in charge of education for the community. This education should be structured in such a way that both the poor and rich have equal opportunities in a study consisting of 5 education mentioned above. When learning is complete, kids can pick up any profession they like. If they want more education, they can get it with their own property. If they can afford or educational assistance that can be obtained from the government. However, important education should be given to each child by the community. Education and learning can be summarized into the learning of general education. Children must not only be taught to read and write, but also to have an idea of all-rounder in life to how to live the best life for him. Ladies and gentlemen, a child who is growing like a plant, not only that he needs physical food but spiritual food. The best spiritual food is the love child and love him. He also must be taught balance, to keep his emotions are always there and within a certain area. Children should be taught using an expression of love through the sweet in thought, speech, and actions. Giving the love that one will spoil the child so that he is rude, arrogant, and different. We must not be excessive in showing our love for children. The child must learn to recognize the relationship and obligation to all of the existing surroundings. We must let him know what to expect father, mother, sister, and brother of his. Because to recognize the relationship to one another of a sign of human character that does not exist in animals. The child must know that he is responsible for everything he does, not only to his friends but also to someone who saw his constantly. That no matter how difficult that upheld justice in the world, there will be a time and place where the balance of justice will balance everything. Death is only a bridge to go through every soul from one environment to another environment. Children should be introduced and live on the creator of the universe and its contents is unknown. Remember, education is not just about preparing our children for a career. It is about equipping them to be responsible global citizens who contribute positively to society. Let's embrace the journey of education with passion and dedication, for in doing so, we are not only investing in the future of our children, but also in the betterment of our world. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all my speech today. I also apologize for my mistake in delivering my speech. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.